The last video I uploaded, the Stop Vibe Coding video, was completely edited by Claude Code. So because I'm in Claude Code nearly all the time, I decided to actually build the complete editing workflow into Claude Code as a set of skills. And these set of skills were turned into a workflow. And it's actually really cool. I just have to do /command recut. And this is the complete skill set that edits raw talking head screen footage into a publishable YouTube cut with the recut engine. So this recut engine is what I created. And the only thing I have to do here is actually just to say where the raw footage is located, and I just go and say in videos last video, and then it would actually find it. So when the recut workflow is finished and it transcribed everything, made all of the decisions that it has to do, what to keep, what to remove, it will actually output the web page that looks like this. These are the takes, and each of these beats in your video has maybe a star and the option to see the different versions of that take. So maybe you had to repeat yourself, and it's actually not just choosing at random. It scores every take by retention, looks at what you're talking about, if you touch all of the talking points, and so on. And it will also give you a recommendation on which one it's going to choose, and it's going to give an explanation on why it's actually choosing that version. So here we've got this beat, the 2 paths of vibe coding, and actually I repeated this one quite a few times, 44 seconds, 36 seconds, and so on. If I click on here, I will hear this section, and I also actually noticed that at the beginning of this section that I repeated the first sentence twice. I noticed that, and in the final version it will actually cut that away, and I think that is just insane. It's such a massive time saver. And then when I'm actually happy with all of the suggestions from the director's cut, then I can just click on export, and then I just tell the recut skill in the terminal that the export is done, that it can continue rendering. Then what it will actually do is it will render a preview version of the video. If that's good, it will render the final version of the video. The way that the recut skill actually works is actually super simple, and you start with a raw recording. The raw recording, after you start the recut command, the videos get transcribed, they get analyzed, they get split into sections. So if you repeat something, it gets split into section. Then every section gets scored based on value, audience, retention is the next thing. And then winner is selected. And when all of the winners are selected from every section, director's cut is made. The website opens like I shared it with you, so that you can check everything. You can also listen and see if everything is all right. Then when that is good, you just say, all right, that's good. And then a draft version of the video gets recorded. You can look at that. And if that is all good, then you can just say, all right, good. You can create the finished video, and then it's going to do that. Then after I've uploaded the video, I can actually go to YouTube, get the retention data, and feed that into the scorer. And this over time is actually going to improve the whole cutting and deciding part, because it's going to understand which sections cause users to drop off and which ones are actually keeping the users glued to the screen. I'm actually sharing the spec recipe for the whole recut engine. It's going to be in the description of this video, and the way that you can use it, you actually copy and paste this spec recipe to Claude Code. I recommend using Opus as orchestrator and Sonnet for the implementer. You can also give it to ChatGPT. And the way that this spec recipe works is that it's a complete prompt. So it's around spec-driven development, and it explains the LLM exactly what it has to do. So it explains what it's about. So a footage editor, shorts pipeline. This is also like a small bonus. And it also says what it has to do. So you're a fresh Claude session, rebuilding recut from this spec. It's going to tell the LLM what the actual goal is. So recut is an AI assisted footage editor. And last but not least, it's got a lot of information around the whole architecture, a lot of information that took a lot of time to actually figure out, and a lot of trial and error, but here you have it in the spec recipe. So do let me know if you've installed it and if it works for you. If you've got any questions, let them in the comments down below.